So Jason, I was gonna say Jason. Oh my gosh.
Damn, bro. After
I'm
that time you saw
sorry.
my tag,
I'm sorry.
dude.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say Jason because I read the word Jason on my script here. So
Dude.
but no. All right, give a pause. Welcome everybody to the next episode of In the Lab. Welcome back again. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying season 3 so far. We have some really great people, some really great guests on this show already, and they've been great to work with. So thank you again for coming back for another episode of In the Lab. This episode, I have a very special guest here. We have the Escalera King himself, Josepi Joseph, here on the show. Joseph, how are you doing today?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's good to see you all. I'm doing good. I'm really happy to be on the show today to discuss some stuff, and give out some great insight from your favorite Mennonite in Socal.
Before we get started here, I want to take a chance to just do some introduction to Josepi. But more or less, something I always like to start off the interviews on, just to set the tone, is what are the vibes, Joseph? What are the vibes? How are you feeling right now? How are you feeling today?
I'm doing good. I actually got out of class like an hour ago, and
Mm-hmm.
it was funny because our instructor was having us like participate, actually like talk during class.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, I felt some anxiety, for a bit, and then like, okay, this is actually kind of fun. So
Yeah.
right now I'm feeling okay. Like the
Yeah.
adrenaline was definitely there earlier, but I'm starting to feel more relaxed now.
I'm
And
glad. I'm glad. That adrenaline feeling is something that's definitely not foreign to you at best. With all those crazy high stakes, smash matches you had at tournaments and everything, we've all felt it there before, in matches or any other type of aspect. So that's definitely not something new to any of us here. So to be clear, are you in high school, college? What are you in right now?
right now I study at a university in Cal State Long Beach, and I'm going
Ooh.
for my bachelor's in psychology. And I think I'm on my third year right now. So yeah, I'm studying for that. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, Cal State Long Beach is actually a pretty cool place. I myself went to CSUSB, so I definitely understand that. And now I'm planning on taking my master's as well into student affairs. So that's very exciting. I definitely relate with you on the undergraduate experience. It's something that I look back to fondly as a great time in my life, and I know that anybody else is going through undergrad, like I'm like it's like a great time right now. Like enjoy it, especially during these times are a lot different than it is before, but definitely like enjoy those times, and that's something that I look back to fondly. In general, what was like your intro to Smash at your college scene? Or do you have a college scene at all, or do you have any type of people who play at your school back then when it was more like offline and everything?
Oh, okay. So before, I would say like, before the pandemic, I was actually at a community college, and we didn't really have a Smash scene there. Yeah, it was just like there was like a few Smash players, but like we never really like got together and played friendlies. Like we didn't even have like a team or a place to like hang. Well, we had a place to like hang out, but we never really like hung out. We were just kind of doing our own thing. Uh, but yeah, going forward though, at Cal State Long Beach, we actually do have a Smash Brothers team, and we have a lot of people that actually play Smash Ultimate. But when I transferred, it was still like last year, so like everything was still it's still virtual basically. So I've never really like had the time to go on campus and meet everybody. But that's something I hope to do like definitely like soon. I know like this semester like it just started, and right now we're still virtual, but hopefully we can get back on campus.
I mean,
So
fingers
like, yeah,
crossed. Yeah, I know a lot of different
fingers crossed,
campuses.
dude.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I know a lot of different campuses had like some offline sessions. Some people actually still go back to campus, but only for like labs and stuff like that, to my knowledge. But mostly things that have gone virtual during these times. So
You'd be surprised. There's actually a lot of people that actually don't know who I am. But there's like a few people such as Impact, Mello,
mhm.
um, and the I forget his tag. but he's a Yoshi player, and they know me. But
Mhm.
everyone else is like they've heard of me, but like they don't know like the Mennonite, you know. So
Have you done like icebreakers yet in your classes at all? Since it's like barely started.
um only in one class. We did like well, we basically met up with like three people, like each student, and that
Mhm.
was pretty much it. Everything else though, like I had like three other like classes in Zoom, and it was pretty much like a syllabus, and then some lecture, and then that was it.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes
Hmm.
during the icebreakers, they'll be like, "What's one interesting fact about yourself?" And you're like, "I'm top 20 in SoCal,"
Yeah.
and you're
Like
like,
I don't think I've ever brought up like that I play Smash Brothers in like any of my
I'm not
classes.
gonna lie. I've actually mentioned that I've played competitive Smash Brothers, and a lot of people are just like pleasantly surprised. They're like, "What? You can play that competitively?" Or like, "Is that a thing?" and stuff like that. And I'm like, "Yeah, it's really cool. We play competitions. We compete with each other for like money, and sometimes you can be really good players and get some clout." And they're like, "That's so cool." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I play kids game for a career. It's
I can never bring that up. Like
yeah."
there wouldn't be a point of conversation where I say like, oh yeah, by the way, I played Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch. I'm like ranked like top 20 in SoCal, and I'm sponsored by Team Mazer. Like,
And they're just like,
they're just like,
just turn away. You know? And they're just like, okay, like that's it. And like you're just like they're just like, okay, cool.
I was gonna say I actually did get recognized at a store. Like it was
What? No
actually
way.
yeah, I got recognized by an employee. He was I was just like buying clothes, right? Just browsing. He walked up to me and says, "Oh, you're the Mennonite player." I'm like, "Yeah, it's me, yeah." And
You're
then
like
yeah, I didn't know who he was. He said, "Yeah, you're like ranked 16 in SoCal." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, what's up?"
bringing up your like Smash Wiki page, like yes. And you
Yeah,
used to play Mario, right? And that thing, and
yeah,
your
he actually
last
brought
name
that
used to
up.
be like Jason. Like
Yeah,
you're like, oh shit.
he, yeah, I'm like, no, dog. I should have told him no, but he actually said used to be Jason. I'm like, yeah. And he told me that he saw me at a local. He went to one local before, and like I don't remember him at all. So yeah, after that
No,
I just like walked away. I just kept on with my thing. That
different.
was weird. That was
Oh, okay.
definitely weird. Like if you watch Smash Brothers like at all, you're weird. If you play it, you're weird.
Yeah.
If you're ranked, you're even more weird.
I guess everybody listening to this who's watching this because of Smash, I guess they're all weird, and that's okay. Weird is cool. Being
Weird
normal
is
is not
cool.
cool. I'm just kidding.
Being normal is trash, bro.
Be whoever you want to be. As long as people
I know.
respect it and you respect how people feel, and vice versa, it'll be good to go. That's how it goes, basically. So
Exactly.
I want to start from the beginning, okay? So I want to start off. What was your intro or start to like competitive Smash or just Smash in general?
All right. So I'm gonna take you to when I was um how old was I? Cause my first Smash game ever, like just casually, like I didn't even know if there was like a competitive scene. That Super Smash Brothers Brawl. I was around 12. I remember my mom got me Brawl for my birthday, and that was pretty much the only game I would play like nonstop. I
Mm-hmm.
would just go through like the subspace emissary, and I would just
Oh,
play
best
it
thing,
like
yeah.
over and over. It was the best feeling, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take you to when I first got introduced to competitive Smash.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so this was in high school, right? I think it was actually my first day. Where I met like new friends, and I found out that they played Smash Brawl, and they invited me over one day. So I went to the house after school on a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I show up to her house and we're just sitting like having a good time. We started doing 1v1s, and I'm like, because they were playing with the items, and I'm like, wait, you guys don't use like the Smash Ball, the Pokeball, to the bomb, and they just looked at me like, what? So, so yeah, I play him in my first match, and I just get absolutely like three stops. I'm like, wow, you're so good. But it wowed me that they didn't use items, and this was like me at the time, but I didn't know like competitive Smash existed.
You're just
And
like, I just want to play this game, and you didn't even know if it was for fun. You just played the game, and you thought that. that was the way to play the game. It wasn't the case.
Exactly. I thought items was the way, but I guess not. Um, so yeah, they were beating me like the whole afternoon, and I'm like, I'm having a good time. I'm learning. Well, not really. I was still like getting beat like for like the next like year by them still. Like I I understood like okay, I didn't understand like some competitive aspects. I just knew like I wanted to like beat them. I wanted to beat them at the game. And so I would just try like different characters every week, and like it I had this mindset like if I put a character that like takes the game out them, then I would just main them. Like I remember I played Toon Link, and my Toon Link was actually like taking games off him like for the first time, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna main Toon Link, and then
Look at
like
you being marvelous Marco now. Back then.
I'm the OG Toon Link, but they were they were doing a Smash Brothers tournament like at the
Hmm.
end of that semester,
Yeah.
and I told my friends like we should compete, and there was like at least 20 25 people. The rule set was weird too. Like it was
Hmm.
1v1s. And in the end of like the grand finals, it was like a free for all.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, that
it was a
sounds
free for all.
right now. That sounds like a I. Why did I enter this? Like nowadays. But back then, it was just like makes sense. Free for all. Whoever wins,
Yeah, honestly, me back then would be like, okay, this is tight.
This
I mess with this.
this is
But like,
radical.
it
Yeah.
was weird. It was weird how they did it too, because
Yeah.
they didn't count like they had like a bracket, right? But they didn't
Hmm.
count like the amount of games you won. They counted the amount of kills you got like in a game.
Oh, like KOs.
hmm So if you had the
Oh,
most KOs, you qualified in that grand final. So
wow.
so like by then I was already like pretty good. Like I was already better than like my two friends that used to beat me all the time.
Hmm.
So yeah, so I won all the games I played. All right, I'm thinking like, okay, I'm pretty much gonna win this.
Yeah.
And but then I realized I had the least amount of kills. Like out of like the two that out of the other two players that also almost won all the games. So I'm like, oh shit, we tied.
Fast forward to Smash 4 drops. How was your introduction to Smash 4? Obviously, you had the experience with Brawl, and you're like, this game's amazing. I had the competition. Were you going to Smash 4 like with the same friends that were interested in playing Smash, or did you? How was the introduction for you in Smash 4?
It was pretty much the same. Like I try to follow the concept of like competitive Smash. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so we're still gonna be playing with like three stocks, no items,
Mm-hmm.
um, and stuff like that. And we were just like grinding. Like I was trying to get better. My homie started picking up Little Mac. It was weird because at the time people thought Little Mac was like the best character in the game,
Of course, it makes
just like
sense.
top one.
Makes sense. Beautiful Dan is like a really great player. Always makes sense. For real, I
No,
think.
this is
By the way,
Smash Four though.
no shade to Dan. By the way, I think he's a really great player.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, dog. He did really good at on Uptown Whittier. He got
Yeah,
like third or something.
yeah. Shout outs like that. Just a little bit of a tangent, man. He had this cracked jab blocked KO punch thing on Nexus. Ooh, I popped off so hard.
I
Yeah,
wish
but
I saw it live. I had to rewatch the bot and actually
yeah,
saw when he got
I remember I popped off and you turned around like, what happened? And I'm
it.
like, bro, I couldn't explain. I'm like, you got a smash check and then jab lock the KO punch, and you're like, what the fuck are you saying right now? Like, what are you telling me? What are you telling me? And I'm like, I just watch the VOD, and I'm like, okay. And then I showed you, and it was amazing. It was awesome. And
It was absolutely amazing, dude.
yeah, so shouts
Yeah.
to Dan. Like he says he's
Shout
not
out to beautiful
he
Dan.
doesn't feel like he's a great player, but I know he's a great player, and I'm.
He's a great player. Like
Mhm.
he's good.
You went into Smash 4 kind of with the same mindset in terms of the same rules and everything. Was that like your introduction? Was that when you finally found out that there was a competitive scene in California?
No.
No.
Okay. So I found out there was actually like a tournament scene. Like um I think like after I graduated high school, we found out there was like tournaments, like tournaments outside of this, and
Hmm.
I told my friends about it again, and like we made a plan to go to like what was our first tournament? It was actually MSM,
Hmm.
like the original MSM where they hosted at in Bellflower at a card shop.
Mm.
it was a small tournament too. Like I don't know, like 20. Actually, it wasn't that small. It was like 20 and 30 people. And so
Decently
we
sized. Decent size.
yes. So we go. And I think I went like 5-2 that day or
Hmm.
4-2.
Yeah.
I'm like that's not bad. Like I feel like I'm pretty good. Like especially since I didn't know like there was like a scene. There were like other good players like this because we were like the best players in our school. So like
Hmm.
we thought like I don't know. We thought we were like the top players like ever. You know
Yeah.
like just in Southern
You
California.
came in thinking you're the hot
Well,
shit.
without even knowing there was like a scene, you know,
Hmm.
a scene
You're just
of
like,
like
oh,
Smash
we play
players.
each other all the time. We're good. We're great. And then you end up getting bodied when you first enter a tournament, and you try to figure out what name to enter as. What was that story behind that? You know, with the was that where Jason was born, or was there a different name before Jason? Because obviously people don't know.
Uh,
I'm
bro,
looking. He used to be known as Jason. He's
okay.
Joseph now.
There was actually names before Jason. Okay,
Oh,
so the my first tag ever when I went into the MSM, it was actually called ramen. You know,
ramen.
like the noodle, ramen. That was my first tag, bro.
That's fucking great, dude.
It was like
Wow.
random. I didn't know like you had to like I guess have a tag, to go to tournaments. I'm like I told my friends, what do I put my tag as? And they're like ramen. I'm like, oh, okay,
I-
ramen.
I'm ramen. And
Ramen,
then
okay,
so ramen was the OG, the very first name ever.
ramen. And then
Wow.
I think, yeah, I think after that was just Jason, because
Hmm.
I didn't like ramen at all.
Well, what if in
Um,
the moment you're just like, all right, cool. I don't have the time to
and I
like.
realized I hated Jason even more. So
When how did
I just was
how did Jason happen then?
uh yeah, like I said, like I didn't want to use ramen, and then I show up to like another MSM like I think 2 years after that, and I'm like, oh fuck, I need like a tag.
Hmm.
So I forgot. I came up with Jason, but I forgot why I came up with Jason.
I think I remember you telling me something like your name was Joseph. Your name is Joseph, obviously, but I think
Oh
your
yeah,
friend
yeah,
was like
yeah.
Edson
No,
or names like that.
okay, yeah. So yeah, yeah. The J is Joseph, right? San, because San is like I think it's three in Japanese or something, and then I
Hmm.
just attached that to like my initial like J, so J San.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, that's how I made it.
yeah. Cause I remember you telling me the story, and I was like, oh, okay. And just did that, and then I
It
know you
was
had
like it was on the spot too. It was like on the spot. Like when I went to like register, I'm like, oh, I need a tag.
yeah, J Joseph San 3 in Japanese, which I didn't know. It is a J San, and that's how it was for the entirety of Smash 4, right? The entirety of Smash 4 was J San.
Mhm. Yep.
Wow.
I changed my tag to Joseph like I think like when tournaments started coming back last year. Damn,
Oh, that's right.
I can't believe I'm saying last year like 21. Like it still feels like it's still like that year, but
Yeah.
we're still in a new year.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, definitely. It still feels like it's 2021. Honestly, some people I might still feel like it's 2020. Like, damn, we're really on year 3 of the Rona, but it is what it is.
like just to keep it simple, I just wanted to like have my tag. I definitely wanted to change my tag from JSON like the moment like not even the moment, but like the first few months, like when the pandemic hit, like
Hmm.
I told myself if locals ever come back, but and hopefully soon at the time, like I wanted to definitely be called someone else. I wanted to just get rid of Jason like for good, and I still have people, my homies still call me Jason, some of them.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
and some of them just call me Joseph.
I just say if you first meet them for the first time and you're like, "Oh, you're Jason. I remember you from the podcast episode."
No,
Like,
don't call me Jason.
it's not Jason no more. Just how Orochi Wolf killed, not well, it's not Nitro killed Orochi Wolf. I had the opposite. Joseph killed Jason. That's just
No,
skeleton.
Jason died of COVID, bro. That's what happened.
Yeah, yeah, he gotta go. He's out. 2020 was not kind to him,
And
basically.
Joseph was born, bro.
And Joseph was. Can you describe the Smash 4 scene back then in terms of how it was for a competitor, to someone who may not even be aware of how it was back then and who are just new to Smash 4? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would say it's definitely a lot different than the current ultimate scene.
Mm-hmm.
There were definitely a lot more like, well, there's still a lot of competitors, but I feel like people took Smash 4 more seriously than Ultimate. I say that because Smash Four, like as janky as it is, it has like the rage mechanic and stuff like that.
Hmm.
It was still kind of like a difficult game to like play, even at top level because the defensive mechanics like shielding was really good, air dodging, everything like rolling, it was all good. So like
Hmm.
you definitely have to have like a good neutral.
Hmm.
And there's only like a few like characters in the game where you can be like super aggro and not have to worry too much about that, like Bayonetta, Cloud, Sheep,
Fox.
Diddy Kong, Fox. I feel like those characters kind of like broke the game. But like every other character, you have to have like a pretty good neutral overall. So
Key word that everyone enjoyed the most about Smash 4 was like neutral. Compared, there's still neutral in Smash Ultimate, no doubt, just like in any
mhm.
other Smash game. But somehow, the most attractive thing in Smash 4 that people remember fondly is like the neutral, the more or less mashy of the game. Even though there's obviously mashy aspects like there is to any Smash game. Um, Talking about the game, but also the community, the people. Man, who was like your memorable person in Smash 4 back then? Like, you think Smash 4, you're like, oh, that guy. I remember him. Yeah.
But cause like in Smash Four, I didn't really like. I told you before, I didn't really go to like. I wasn't super like active. I used to go to like one two tournaments a week.
Hmm.
Um, and usually I was around like the Whittier and Long Beach scene. In Long Beach there was like Thunder Studios, but the Thunder Gaming.
Hmm.
And there was like uh there was like a small tournament like local called Cyber Smash Saturdays, hosted
Yeah.
by Pow Gaming.
Hmm.
Rest in peace. Um,
Shoutouts.
yeah, I used to, yeah, those are like the main two I used to go to, and
Hmm.
like obviously the prominent players in there were like Master Mario, Fred Burger, who was a Captain Falcon main,
Hmm.
um, Harley, Regalia, um,
Regalia.
X Yosher, the Fox main at the time.
Who
Um,
were like the dominant people at those locals usually? You always saw them top. Like nowadays you see like Razo, you, stuff like that. You're
yeah,
like, who was them back? Who was that back then?
Master Mario. At Cyber Smash, it was mostly Master Mario. He used to win every single like Cyber Smash, bro.
That's
Like
crazy.
every single one. S2H would show up randomly,
Mm.
occasionally.
Mm.
Um,
S2H. Mm.
yeah. And then the Thunder Gaming, like, well, that's where they used to host MSM. Obviously, like everybody would go there.
Yeah.
Obviously K9, Boy, Charlie
Yeah.
especially,
Yeah.
Elegant, like all those top players, like that are like still good in Ultimate. That they were like definitely the most dominant in Smash Four.
Definitely, definitely. When I think Smash 4, I can't help but think like, Elegant too. Masamaro is definitely there too. I think Larry Lur, like some big hitters like those. And it's actually funny to say that like they're all from our region. They weren't like different
Yeah.
states. They're all from Cali. Like SoCal was a scary ass region in Smash 4, dude.
In Smash Four, we were like stacked, bro, like super stacked.
Stacked. And we had to stack tournaments too, thanks to 2GG. Rest in peace, 2GG. You
Rest in
know.
peace.
Put prayers up. But back then, man, we were so privileged, dude. We had like the best players with the best tournaments, right there, right 1 hour away. People had to fly in. I'm like, well, I can just drive 1 hour, go to
Okay.
2GG Final Saga, or not Final Saga, it never happened, but like 2GG Congo Saga, or Mexico Saga, or Nairo Saga, or whatever,
Bro,
whatever insert name here Saga,
we
like,
we were like spoiled, bro. We used to have majors like every like month.
yeah, dude, we
Every month it was like
definitely
one or
did.
two.
It was so nice, dude, and I regret not going to a lot more 2GG events back then. Than I actually never went to a 2GG event, like a big old Saga event back then. The one I really wish I could have went to was Civil War. I remember I watched that happen, but I
Yeah,
didn't
that
go.
was hype. That
Did
was
you
such a
go?
hype. I didn't go, but like I was watching him like that. That looks so hype.
Dude, that the
I
fact that
went
they,
to
yeah.
I'm so sorry. Go on. My bad.
No, I was just gonna mention that the fact that they closed down the street, like for like the freaking the stage and everything for like 2GG was just wild to me. But what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I went to the first the Genesis saga, and then the next one was Midwest Mayhem. And
Mm-hmm.
then I missed Civil War. That was the next one. I should have gone to that
That one was like, and just to go off that, like, I feel like there's not really much
one.
storylines like that in Smash Ultimate. No offense, we have COVID to deal with, but I feel like there hasn't been that much like storylines, like iconic ones. There definitely has been things happening, but nothing like I feel like I would remember going back to, if that makes sense. Compared to like Smash Four sagas and storylines, like 2GG just made it unique and fun and so great to watch and be a spectator at. Like for me, like when I knew a weekend was coming, I'd be like, "Yo, Civil War's happening this weekend. I'm watching it. I'm playing and whatever I'm doing, but I'm watching on the side and I'm seeing who's competing and everything." Nowadays, I'm just like, I tend to forget sometimes that's happening, or if anything, I would just watch like top eight. And that's it. And
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's definitely like, what's your perspective on that? You have anything to add to that?
Honestly, like, well, when you said about like, I guess like rivalries and Smash Four, honestly, like, I don't think we've had like had one in like Ultimate. I'm gonna say because like, obviously like when offline was the thing before COVID, it was only like a year like after like the game came out, so the meta was still developing. Like
Mm-hmm.
the some of the top players weren't weren't as good in the beginning of Ultimate because like I remember Elegant like was like falling off for a bit. He
Yeah.
lost to quite a few people like Nintendo Paper. He lost to my homie Meepinator. He plays
Mm-hmm.
Ganon, and
Yeah.
I was like really surprised. Like, but
Because
like I understood because it was just a new game and like they're still like learning.
yeah.
Um,
So
and
yeah.
yeah,
So speaking of that, then what was your transition like from Smash Four to Smash Ultimate? Like,
wasn't a good one.
care to
Like,
elaborate on that
um,
trauma? I'm just kidding. No, no
I
joke.
I
But
will
yeah.
I will. I'll elaborate on this though, like, cause I was playing Mennonite right in Smash Four, and
Hmm.
then okay, I'm like new game, I'm gonna play Mennonite. A few tournaments, bro. Like I was going like 0-2 and then or 1-2, 2-2.
Man,
I was doing so bad, bro. I'm like, bro, is it my character or is it just me? Like, what's wrong?
me right now.
I, straight up, bro. I was getting because I started losing to people that I would normally beat in Smash Four. I'm like,
Hmm.
wait, what's going on, bro?
Yeah.
And then I remember Master Mario told me that like that man I wasn't as good in this game because he was playing him too. I'm like, I'm aware, bro. I'm like losing. So I dropped Mennonite for a bit. I picked up Bowser because everyone's using Bowser. He was broken, and I remember when my first tournament as Bowser, I won a local. I won my first ever local.
Wow. Really.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this character is busted. I won it over a Mexican, the Ike player, and rival. Yeah, I remember rival was there.
That's
Um,
crazy.
and yeah, I was just going Bowser, and I picked up Mario too, and I was just using those two, combining them.
And then you went from
For
Mario to, I mean, you're still playing Meta Knight, obviously, because Meta Knight's your character, and then going to there, you kind of when did you start picking it up? Where you started like getting results and everything, or notice yourself getting better?
um, I want to say ever since I hate to admit this, but ever since I met Tree, and if you guys don't know who he is, he's the Terry player that talks a lot of shit. Everyone's
Shout out
probably
to
like heard
Tree.
about him once. Shout out to Tree.
Tree is like he will care for you. He's a homie, but he'll say it in a rough way to make you feel like the fuck. You just tell me that right now, like
He's like an abusive father that cares.
he has the belt be like for love. It's love
He's
belt,
like,
like.
I told you to stop jumping.
¿Por qué me digas?
Straight up, you know. I used to have that jumping habit all the time. He's like, stop fucking jumping. I'm like, oh, I'm trying, Dad. I'm trying.
I'm sorry. I need to play with Tree
I'm
more.
sorry.
I need to play with Tree
I'm
more.
sorry. He's a homie though. Shout out to Tree though.
Yeah, shout out to Tree, dude. But yeah, okay, so
Um,
you saw yourself going there, right? Like, so I see yourself get better. Shout out to Tree. What happened afterwards?
pretty much Tree took me under his belt, right? He wasn't like really good at the game, like, but he was teaching me about like stuff about my mentality. Like he told me how to work on certain things and not always focus on like the result. Like if I'm improving on that one specific thing, then like that's really all that I should worry about.
Hmm.
and that there's always going to be tournaments going. So I could use a tournament for like where I practice that one thing, like stop jumping. So I tried my best to not jump as much in like the neutral, like for that one tournament, and this was going on for a bit. Like I spent a few tournaments doing that, and I started improving. I'm like, okay,
Hmm.
so that's where I kind of learned. Okay, like it's not always about like trying to get the W or anything like that. Like it's
Hmm.
just about like working on like your biggest flaw, and just kind of like turning it around and like being better, like just like overcoming it.
That's a great advice, I'd say. And that's definitely something I was going to ask you. What kind of advice do you have for upcoming players or aspiring players to improve? And would you say that working on that one aspect of your gameplay and getting better at it is something that they can do to improve?
I would say that's definitely like it's a step in it. I would say just for new players to just keep playing the game, but play the game, get a feel for it, like play characters that you enjoy. Like don't worry about the tier list or anything like that. Just
Mm-hmm.
have fun with it,
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're not having fun with the game, if you're too focused on like I guess trying to win or expecting to win all the time, then like you're basically setting yourself up for failure because
Yeah,
you have to actually lose to like improve. Like
true.
I tell people like um I rather like go to and learn something than actually win a tournament and learn nothing.
That's a good point.
Because what's that gonna do for me? Like I won a tournament, but like I don't understand why I won. So like the next tournament, I'm probably like, like gonna potentially lose. I'm gonna expect to like win and then potentially like go fourth or fifth, and then like my mentality is gonna like crush.
Because you have that expectation, and I feel like that's something that a lot of people mistaken themselves. They think that if they place that expectation on themselves, like you're gonna do great and you're gonna win and you're gonna beat everybody, that you're gonna do it, and that's 99% not the case. Some people might.
It's
There's
not
special
the case.
cases,
Yeah,
you know.
you you can't. Yeah, you can't always like win. Obviously, that's real. You can't always win. And you should never expect yourself to like win
Always expect yourself to learn. Take the L, not for a loss, but for a learn.
for learn. Exactly, bro. The L means
Exactly.
learn.
Sheesh. There's a little fire just popped up behind me right now because of how fire that advice was, dog. That's crazy. So Joseph, you recently got sponsored actually by Mazer Gaming, right? Can you tell us more about that opportunity about with Mazer Gaming and everything?
Yeah. So actually, I got this opportunity with my friend Harmonix, also known as a J Grade Media. He's follow him on Twitter. Um, he's a photographer for Mazer. And he pretty much like helped me like get on. He pretty much vouched for me to. Well, he told the obviously the owner like I'm a pretty good player and like you guys should pick me up, and I'm like okay, and they're like okay. So it was like it was pretty much like a month process of just talking um like about like what I'm looking for and what they expect out of me, stuff like that. um, and yeah, like a month later, they signed me. Um,
Oh dang,
yeah, and
it
yeah,
was
I
like
got
a
sponsored.
fast it was like a fast type of moment. It seems like it was like boom boom. It wasn't like over years. It was just like a month, like you said, right? It was pretty fast.
Yeah, cause I think before Jake Gray Media offered like he offered me before, and like I told him like I wasn't interested in like being sponsored. But then I started like getting more results, and like I think one day I decided like I wanted to like start going to majors, so that's when I went back to the opportunity and asked him about Mazer. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much how it started. Yeah,
Nice, yeah. So it's going to show that networking is key. It's who you know that can get you the opportunity, right?
yeah, it gives me I can definitely like go to more majors now. 'Cause I do plan on going to a lot
Mm-hmm.
of majors this year, as many as possible.
Oh, that's exciting. That's exciting, definitely. I can't wait to see that because you're such a great player, and I know you're gonna make some moves. And I want to see Joseph on that stage right there and being like, "Yep, I'm good friends with that guy right there. Hell yeah."
I'm gonna do my best.
Why Mennonite as a character as your main? Why Mennonite? Can you kind of explain to us?
Um, I don't even. Okay, so like I started playing Mennonite because I liked the way he plays. He wasn't too technically. He's not too technically demanding. He's pretty basic. Like I just need like I can just go for like one hit or two and win the neutral. I can go for a dash attack and I'll get like a lot off it. Like I'll take it from like 0 to like 60 or 70, or I could potentially take the stock. So he was pretty simple. Like it had nothing to do with like I do like the character, but like obviously like not based on like the origins of like their games, because I don't even think Mennonite has like a solo game of his own. He's obviously like he's like a boss in like Kirby and whatever.
He's
So
like an anti-hero, like kind of in a sense now. Like I can tell by the mono behind you that you're a pretty big fan of Mennonite. You know, the little plush you have behind you. That's dope. I don't think I have a banjo one. Oh, I do have a banjo one. It's over there. But I can tell that you're a fan of the character. Maybe not how they're not just how they play, but the character themselves, right? You're a
yeah,
fan of the character themselves.
I just like the character. Like I like the fact that he's like behind a mask, like not showing his identity, and he's like kicking everyone's
Mm-hmm.
ass. You know, I like that.
Mm. I'm kind of surprised you didn't go with like MK Joseph or something like that. You know, like
No,
like
I seen people like have MK in front of their tags. I'm like, no, I'm just be like Joseph.
yeah, you know, like people
There's
like
Bonk.
I don't know
Yeah,
what was that guy's name again? MK Leo, something like that. I don't know. Like
I know. I saw that. I'm
you
like, nah,
right?
dude. I'm not gonna go
Yeah,
that
just
route.
let me take. What would you say would be like the best lesson you learned in your Smash career so far?
So far, honestly, throughout all my years of playing Smash, like there wasn't like a good lesson that I've learned. At least that helped me like improve fast. But until like last year, yeah, I think it was like last year where like um I was pretty much told like what inspired me the most was actually like ketchup. Cause like he yeah, us Ketchup, the homie Ketchup. Like he's playing his character like Bowser Jr. and he's just like winning sets and not giving a fuck about anything about like winning or like that. I mean he obviously cares now, but like I'm like, okay, you know what? I think I should play like that. I should just play it to like, you know, improve my character, my playstyle, and not worry about like who I lose to or who I beat. You know, just get better at the game overall. And that mentality pretty much like carried me like the last season and then the season before that. I was just doing absolutely crazy in tournament.
And then
Like
yeah, you made Socar PR. That's right. That's
yeah,
right.
not even like worrying about the PR, but just playing the game. Playing my
Hmm.
best, of course, like trying to learn new things, like get better. Um
Would you say kind of like making PR is a huge thing that everybody always wants to strive to get that goal, right? To be the top players in your region, right? Would you say that you finally making PR not for one season but for two now, uh, kind of made you feel like making PR now is not that big of a deal anymore. More so now you're focused on like getting better now and enjoying the game rather than being like I gotta make PR. I hope I make PR now. Would you say that that feeling kind of changed now that you've been on the PR for two seasons?
I'm gonna say like when I first made the PR, and the season just like had started, I felt the pressure of like, okay, I have to like start doing good now. But when I started putting like expectations on myself, that's when my play started to like get worse. But this phase only lasted for like I want to say like 3 weeks. Like I was still getting top 8 on my locals, but I was always getting like seventh or fifth now, and I'm like, I tell myself I'm ranked. I shouldn't be doing this bad at tournaments. So I was beating myself up for a bit. Obviously my homies Tree, and a few other homies too were like helping me. Razo was helping me, like trying to like snap me out of that mindset and back to the previous mindset I went with to make PR, and just to basically stick with that and not worry about results. And ever since then, like I've definitely started like doing better in results without even like worrying about it. I'm like, if I get first or if I get like third or whatever, like whatever placing I get, like I wasn't gonna care. I was just gonna worry about my own improvement, improving with Mennonite, and like just taking names and stuff like that.
That definitely sounds like in itself probably one of the toughest challenges is not just like getting better, but it's more like yourself. That mentality shift or that mentality hurdles you put yourself over. Not everybody does it purposely. Nobody does it purposely. It just happens naturally because
Hmm.
you unintentionally put those barriers in front of yourself, like I'm bad, I'm not the greatest, or I'm doing good, but now I'm not doing as good as I did before. I must be bad now, or something like that. But it sounds like to you, you kind of overcame that hurdle, that challenge, and you became consistent, and that's very hard to do, especially in this game. You
It's
know,
it's difficult. Like, I mean, you can obviously like in any game you're playing or like any sport you're doing, like you're always gonna have like that obstacle of like overcoming like yourself, like overcoming like that, overcoming your old mentality into like I guess and start to develop a new one. It's hard to break that barrier. For some people it might be easy, but for others it's not. It just depends. Like I say, if you put like less expectations on yourself to like do good, then you know and just go with the flow of things, like you'll be fine.
definitely. I definitely agree with you on that. You said that it kind of shifted when you noticing Ketchup play as his character and knowing how he's getting results with Bowser Jr. of all characters, right?
Hmm.
Would you say that he would be the player that you most respect as a fellow competitor yourself?
Absolutely, I respect Ketchup like a lot. Like he doesn't care about like but I guess like the opinion of like other players. He just kind of plays the game. Like I've even seen like Razo coach him like at Tumble or at the where we used to host play Smash with other top players, and like I don't know, I seen Razo like Razo would tell Ketchup something and Ketchup's like, nah, I'm just gonna keep playing how I play. I'm like, damn, this guy don't care, bro. His mindset is like sharp, and he's good. Obviously there's things he could work on, but like other than that, he's definitely like a top player in my opinion.
Definitely, I agree with that. He's definitely somebody who will play on his own way, and not let anybody else kind of change that. That's really good to have as a player. That feeling of individuality you can keep within yourself, regardless of how high you go as a player in terms of skill, is really hard to maintain.
Yeah, I see. Like, because I've
Definitely.
overcome so many obstacles too, and like I never realized like that how important like having a strong mentality is compared to like just having like skill like with your character.
Is there anything else that people might not know that you do, or you enjoy to do aside from playing Smash?
Um, like I just like being social in general. Like if well, but before the pandemic, like I was always like hanging out with my friends and studying. I would like go to the gym with them. I would actually go to other places too, like sometimes even like the beach, or like a park. Like I was just kind of out there, like just touching grass.
Just
Pretty
touching,
much,
touching
basically,
grass. I
basically, like
love that so much.
literally. I also like doing like before I used to do like some photography too. You know,
Ooh,
yeah,
some photography by Joseph. I like that.
yeah. I took a photography class, and I was in my first year at college, and then like the hobby, like, I made it to a hobby. It just kind of stuck with me, and I was just doing it.
Hmm.
And then I remember stopping because like I kind of like lost interest. Um,
Yeah,
I
definitely.
lost interest for wasn't because I didn't like it, but I was going through like stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't have time for this no more. So
No, definitely.
I slowly like gave it up. I do want to get back into it, but like
Hey,
I
you never know. We could see a return of old Joseph the photographer. Maybe Smash
yeah,
events. You just try practicing, take photos there.
honestly I should, but like I don't know. I haven't
Honestly.
thought about going back into it, and I don't have a camera anymore.
But also, I know that you kind of want to stream more nowadays, right?
Okay, so funny. Okay, okay. Funny thing about that, right?
Uh huh.
I keep saying I'm gonna stream, right? So
Yeah.
I actually tried streaming yesterday, but like, I think I was setting everything up, right? I had my
Uh huh.
Elgato, my capture card.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I freaking I spilled water on my capture card.
No way!
I spilled water on accident. It fell like into my
Oh,
wires. It fell into my wires and on my capture card. I'm like, oh my god, bro.
oh my gosh.
I dried everything up. I connected my gato. It wasn't working. I, I tried today when I got home. It wasn't working. I'm like, oh fuck.
Oh my
I'm
gosh,
because
dude.
because what I want to do when Pokemon Arceus comes out, I want to stream that. I want to stream that so bad. Like,
Yeah.
so
Damn, dude, that's
I just need to buy
tough.
a capture. I need to buy a new capture card now, and that shit's like it's been. I don't know. I was gonna say like I really don't put myself out there like in the community as much, but like I kind of do want to like do that more. You know, like just stream.
Is the IE, the Inland Empire, where I'm from, and where Joseph is an honorary bitty bitty member on that PR right there. I want to ask you, what was that intro? What was your introduction to the IE scene?
Um. Okay. So it started off. I think my first IA term was like it was RTF. Yeah, RTF.
Run that fade.
Run that fade. I went because I wanted to like play Razo like so bad, and I saw he entered that
Hmm.
local, so like I saw it was pretty far from me, so I'm like I'm gonna make the drive and play him, and then I played him, and then like ever since then I just started coming back. Like every RTF like going forward, I was just coming back, like coming back. I met you, Razo, like Ketchup, Cyro, like all you guys there.
Yeah,
You guys are super chill.
yeah. So that's a pretty good introduction to the IE, the run that fade. And it's
Yeah.
funny because that's not even classic IE, that's like new school IE now. Um, so your first local was run that fade. What was your first impressions like when you first came to an RTF? I guess in this case, what's your impression?
It was actually nice. Like the people were cool. It was pretty chill, and laid back for the most part. I
Hmm.
felt the only like really cause I don't know, cause with people I feel like vibes. You know, like when they're serious, when they're not serious. I felt the only serious
Hmm.
person there was like Razo, and I'm like, I know, cause I know he wants to. Like, obviously, he wants to win the tournament, so he's like focused. I'm like, oh, okay. Um, yeah. At the time, like I was kind of shy and like he wasn't up for much conversation. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just wait till we play. And then after we play, we just started talking, you know, and he was teaching me stuff about Smash too, like stuff in Smash and outside Smash that I can like apply to improve in Smash. Um, and
Joseph,
yeah,
I don't mean
like
to interrupt you right now.
yeah.
Can you say that one more time? Sorry, your mic was freezing, and I didn't hear anything from your mic in the middle of that. So, um,
Oh,
I
so
just
which
want to be
part?
sure. It was just from the when you said that the vibe was pretty relaxed, and you said like no, you didn't know people were serious or not, and you can start from there.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, no, no,
So
you're fine, you're fine.
yeah. Also, what I was saying, like, cause you know how like sometimes you can feel when like people are like, you know, just vibing, chilling, and then
Yeah.
there's people who are like just super like not super serious, but you can kind of feel it, you know. So
Hmm.
I felt the seriousness like come from Razo. And I'm like,
Oh, Rosal,
uh,
definitely.
yeah, cause I know he wants to like win, so he's trying to focus on the tournament, and I
Hmm.
100% respected that.
Yeah.
So I pretty much like talked to him after like after we played in bracket, and like he's pretty chill. He taught me like how to pretty much like improve. Like he taught me like smash stuff. Um and yeah, like ever since then, like I just kept on coming back, and I feel like every time I played Razo, I learned something new. There was always something to like learn
Hmm.
from him.
Definitely. And even to then, you would say that's a pretty memorable experience. What has been maybe your most memorable IE experience? And I'm gonna say one word: escalera. You know, everyone listening,
Yeah,
they know. They know.
they know.
Would you like to elaborate more on that?
Um, Fuck. Actually, I don't even know like at least so I don't even know like when that started the whole trend. I just know
So
it's a thing, but like I don't know when it started.
I can kind of explain it. So I kind of went
Okay,
there a little bit.
okay.
So if you guys know, you guys ever played Loteria, the game,
I'll
the
study.
Hispanic culture bingo game, Loteria. One of the cards or section is Escalera.
Hmm.
Escalera, which in English translates to ladder, It's something, you use it to go from down to up, right? Knowing that concept, something that Joseph was really good at and is still good at. I hate him for it. I'm just kidding. No, but he's so good at it is the ladder combo that Mennonite can do is up air strings, where he can just carry you, ladder you up, henceforth the word ladder you up the stage and just up B or neutral B and kill you and get your stock off like that. Well, at Super Game Labs or at Game Labs in general, when Joseph would do that often, we have another community member named Victorious. Chris is a really good friend of ours, and he would just be like, he would just yell out "Escalera," and then it also derived from the reason why we said it like that for him is because of that one Vine video of the kid going "Escalera, whoa!" and then the kid goes down to his bingo card, knowing that he had Escalera, the ladder. He's like, "Yeah, fuck yeah!" That one Vine, that's where it basically came from. Was that guy saying "Escalera, whoa!" and then every time Joseph or even Hockey too, who plays Me Brawler, would do it, we'll yell that out because he did a ladder, and that's essentially where it came from. And now every time, we said it so many times where it became an IE meme now. And now in the IE, we would always say Escalera. We have emotes of the ladder Escalera now. There's a picture of me with the Escalera card. I have an emo in my Twitch channel now because we're doing that main stage and everything. It was great. So I know that I kind of wanted Joseph to explain it, but I don't think he knew exactly where it came from. But it's synonymous.
I knew where it came from. I just didn't know when it like started, like when we started saying that. Like,
I have a quick question with that. Do you know anybody in the Socal like tournaments that know about Escalera that's not IE? Like, do you ever hear it out like in Whittier or like?
I do. I do now actually. Like, actually, almost everyone says it now. Like, almost everybody.
It's not an
Like,
IE thing, but it's derived from IE.
It went from like, yeah, it was like it started off as an IE thing, and then now everyone just like says it now. Like everyone knows like Escalera. Oh,
Yeah,
every time
Escalera,
I do it.
oh. What would you say if you can just list it off? As much as your list goes off, what's like our IE members that you connect with mostly? Like like IE members, boom, boom, boom. Like,
of course you, straight up, yeah, Listoo.
yes, sir.
What a
Who
flex.
else?
Razo, Notorious, Hockey, Nito. Well, I've known Nito I've known Nito since like I think early 2019. Like, who else? Kless, did I say Ketchup already?
No, not yet.
No. Oh, I mean Ketchup.
Ketchup, of course. Yeah. Ketchup, of course.
Cyro.
Cyro.
Am I missing anyone? Just Omega. He's pretty cool. J Omega. Arcaster's pretty cool. I don't know. I think Arcaster, man. He put me an honorable mention for a reason, dog, and I'm gonna find out why.
Ooh, about take him down. Be like, yo, why am I HM? Just put me as 1.5. That's all you gotta do.
If that wasn't enough, bro, they fucking. Oh my god. Why am I so small on the? Why am I so tiny on the fucking banner? That's not even right. That's not okay. You can't do that to me.
Oh no, dude! No, shit. He's so you can feel the anguish in his soul right now. You're like, man, I worked hard, and you're like, HM on the bottom, right there, a little bit in the corner.
I'm like right
it makes
there.
sense for Kingdom Hearts sense.
You can't even see it, bro. You can't see it, but I'm like right there.
Oh shit! I was dying when I saw that, dog. That was the funniest thing ever, dude. I swear, man.
When that banner dropped, bro, I was tight, bro. I was tight as fuck. At first, I'm like, wait, I'm not even on there. Like, they didn't put honorable mention.
Like, no, you are.
And
I look down right there. There you are. Good shit. Honorable mention, Joseph.
I had to get a little microscope and like just navigate that shit. Like,
what would you say is so far with your experience with the IE? What would you say is one word you use to describe the Inland Empire?
As a whole, chill.
Chill. Why chill? Why chill?
Cause like I feel like everyone like kind of knows each other, and it's the scene is pretty laid back overall. Like no one's like, I feel like no one's like really like messing with each other like in a bad way. Like everyone's having a good time. What are you doing?
No, keep going, dog.
Yeah, and like you
He's like,
guys,
yeah, that's it.
you guys have that, and you're also like super. I mean, I'm gonna say there's only like four good people in IE, and that's it.
Ah, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're trying though. We're trying. We were popping before, but now we're getting there. We're getting there. There's a new slew of people because after COVID and stuff
I'm
like that.
kidding. I'm
So
kidding. You guys are definitely good. Like you
yeah,
guys
we're
are
good. Yeah,
absolutely good.
and
But you got,
with you help
you,
when you coming through helping us out helps out a lot too.
yeah. I was gonna say you guys definitely need to go to more tournaments. Like you guys need that exposure the most.
Yeah,
If you
there's some
guys
people.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, if you guys like did that, then you would definitely like be like, I would say like a better region. But you have the experience helps a lot. If you want to get really good, you need the experience. You need top level experience.
I agree.
Um,
I definitely agree. That's something that we definitely need to do on a lot more, and I think that's a good message to send to the IE. Is like from a person who's outside the IE coming in, that's great advice to give to the rest of the IE. Be like, go out to more tournaments and showcase that skill that we see here because it deserves to be known.
yeah, and yeah, I feel like you guys definitely need to like, I guess play with each other more in general.
Yeah,
Sounds good,
sounds
Listo.
good. Yeah, like I said, thank you again for being on the episode. We're gonna end it off with frame one questions, and looking forward to this episode releasing. It's gonna be really dope. So let's get to the frame one questions. Josepi, Joseph, are you ready?
I'm as ready as I ever be, man.
First question: what's the best color of your main?
Default, all blue,
Buff or nerf? Buff or nerf?
buff.
What's the best post local place to go eat at?
Dave's.
What's the best local you've been to, either IE or somewhere else?
Game Lab.
Baba's or Clyde's?
Clyde's.
Smash player you have the most fun with?
Raza.
If there was one thing you had to change about Smash Ultimate, what would it be?
I don't know. Wait. Um, Buffs.
Okay. Okay, that's an answer. That's an answer. What is your Smash hot take? What's your hot take?
Shoot. Pac-Man's top 5.
Who do you think is the most underrated player, or one of the most underrated players in the scene?
There's too many.
Choose one. Choose one. Anyone.
Peck. Oh no, not Peck. He's pure. Fuck.
Peckham was underrated. Nice.
Crap. Oh, I don't
It's like
know. There's too many. There's too many good
like
players that are underrated.
I have one in my mind that I thought you would choose, but which one? Just take your time with it. Like I said, frame one
Okay.
question, but the point of it is like, who's the first one that comes to your mind?
Okay. Just the IE or just like in general, like
In general.
in general. Okay.
Who you're just like, who all people you played, you're like this, or you've seen, you're like, they're pretty good, but nobody knows about them.
So Cebolla from IE, not from IE, San Diego.
Sam Pavoya is a good choice. Yes, right.
Yeah.
Mennonite, broken or fair?
Fair.
You know that's cap. I'm just playing.
The most fair character in the game. What you mean?
In the game, Mennonite. That's the frame one questions, Josepi. Congratulations to you for going through frame one questions. Not everybody does. I'm just kidding. Everyone does. This is not hot ones. But
Let's go.
for me, when I thought underrated player, I thought you were gonna say like Volt or something.
don't get me wrong. Volt's good, right? But like when I think of like underrated players, like I think of like actually like really
borderline, like could be there, you know.
Borderline PR, like potential PR.
Oh, okay. Definitely, I definitely respect that. I definitely respect that.
But yeah, that's the only person I could think of.
you're on that frame. Dude, that was like frame 200 right there, bro, on that question, man.
No, I was like frame 2000, bro.
Dude, dog, you're just
Way
like,
off.
Man, dude, how are you feeling after those frame 1 questions? You're just like, oh shit, you know.
I feel like I can play now. Legit, that was like that was just a warm up.
The
Like
warm up, right?
the warm up.
There's frame 0.5 questions. No, I'm just kidding. No. So you said one thing you can change, or yeah, you said buffs.
I didn't know that. Okay, I wasn't thinking about that question, right? I'm like, okay, frame 1. If I don't answer it in frame 1, then it's not valid.
So with this episode coming to a close, Josepi, again, thank you so much for being on In the Lab.
I'm happy to be here, man.
Episode.
It was such a good time. Thank you for your questions.
Dude, of course, I'm so glad. I'm so fortunate to have you on an episode. You're really great. Look forward to this episode, everybody. But before we close it out, Josepi, where can they find you on socials? Anywhere? Where can people find you if they're interested in finding out more about you and everything?
Okay, for the smash scene, you can follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @whojosepi. If you want to follow my Instagram, it's at Joseph LXL7. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, also my Twitch, twitch.tv/whojosepi. You can follow me. I plan on streaming soon, so stay tuned for that.
Definitely, and he would not spill his water on his capture card.
All right, we don't talk about that no more.
And that's how we're gonna end off this episode. Joseph, again, thank you so much for being on this episode of In the Lab. It was a pleasure having you again. Thank you guys so much, and everyone who's listening and watching. Thank you guys so much for supporting In the Lab. It really means a lot to me, and I'm glad that a lot of people are actually enjoying this episode, especially with the first episode with Eggy. I have a lot of people saying they really enjoyed listening and watching the episode. So, knowing that, look forward to more episodes within season 3. We have our next episode coming out real soon. And definitely look forward to that and much more into this season because I have a whole slew of people coming for this season 3 right here. Back from old IE to newer IE that you're going to be interested in seeing.
So honorary.
To honorary IE. Exactly. And don't worry, the video would not be really small on the bottom right there. That's no shade anyways. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching this episode or listening to this episode. You guys are amazing. Make sure you guys always taking care of yourselves nowadays. Do your part. Peace, love, positivity all day, every day. And I'll see you guys and listen to you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.